Welcome, dear friend. As you settle into your quiet space, allow yourself a moment to breathe deeply and slowly, letting the cool air fill your lungs and then release it gently, as if the tension of the day were carried away with each exhale. Perhaps you are listening from a softly lit room, or beneath the silver glow of a moonlit night. Perhaps the rain taps lightly against your window, or a distant wind hums through the trees. Wherever you are, and whatever hour it may be, take this time for yourself. Feel the gentle rhythm of your body, notice the rise and fall of your chest, and allow each breath to anchor you in this moment, fully present. The thoughts of your day may drift by like clouds across the sky. Acknowledge them, and then let them float away, leaving your mind clear, open, and serene. Tonight, we will explore the art of letting go. In the stillness of sleep, there is a quiet teaching, whispered through the rustle of bamboo, the soft caress of river water, and the slow turning of the seasons. Letting go is not giving up, it is trusting life's natural flow, releasing the tight grip of control, and finding peace in surrender. Imagine a river, gently winding through a valley. The water does not struggle, it does not cling to the stones in its path. It flows, always finding the way forward, shaping the world in subtle, patient ways. In the same way, your mind and heart may learn to move with life, without forcing or resisting, discovering calm in the simple acceptance of what is. Once, in a quiet village nestled at the foot of misty mountains, there lived a monk named Rio. Rio had a small garden where he tended the bamboo, watching each stalk sway with the wind. One afternoon, a young traveler came to the village, burdened with worry and questions. "Master Rio," he asked, "how can I control the storms in my life, so they do not touch me?" Rio smiled, and without speaking, he took the traveler's hand and led him to the garden. "Do you see this bamboo?" Rio asked. "It bends with the wind, yet it does not break. It does not resist the storm, it moves with it, finding its strength in surrender. If it tried to hold itself rigid, even the gentlest breeze could snap it." In the same way, to release control is not weakness, it is wisdom. Trust the wind, and let your heart sway with the currents of life. The traveler knelt among the swaying stalks, feeling the gentle wind brush his face. Slowly, a sense of relief settled in him. He realized that in trying to hold everything tightly, he had been creating his own suffering. By allowing the world to flow as it would, he could find a peace that no amount of control could ever bring. Later, in a quiet valley beyond the mountains, there lived an old potter named Hannah. She shaped clay with delicate hands, turning soft earth into vessels of beauty. One morning, she noticed a young apprentice struggling to form a simple bowl. The apprentice's hands trembled, pressing too hard, refusing to let the clay speak for itself. Hannah placed her hands over his, guiding them softly. "The clay knows its own shape," she said. "Your role is not to command it, but to listen and allow it to emerge naturally. When we cling too tightly, we distort the form. When we let go, the perfect shape reveals itself." The apprentice inhaled slowly, letting his fingers relax, and the clay yielded to his gentle touch. A quiet understanding blossomed within him, a sense of harmony with the process, and a recognition that sometimes the deepest work is done not by effort alone, but by surrendering to the moment. As you listen, feel your own mind like that clay, softening, relaxing, releasing the need to shape every thought or outcome. Let your worries drift like leaves along a river, knowing that each one will find its path without your force. Peace comes not from shaping the world, but from accepting this moment exactly as it is. In a distant forest, where the morning mist hung low among the pines, there lived a traveling monk named Kaito. Kaito carried nothing but a small bundle and a walking stick. One evening, he arrived at a mountain monastery, weary from his journey. The head monk invited him to join the evening tea. As they sat, Kaito shared the burdens of his travels, uncertainty, fear, the need to plan and prepare. The head monk poured tea slowly into each cup. "Do you see how the tea fills the cup?" he asked gently. "If we grasp too tightly, it spills. If we relax our hold, it settles perfectly, finding its place. Life is much the same. We cannot contain it, nor can we force it to follow our designs. We can only hold it lightly, sip it fully, and let it be." Kaito nodded, feeling the warmth of the tea seep into his hands, then into his heart. For the first time in days, he allowed himself to rest, letting the worries of his journey dissolve like steam rising into the cool night air. As your body sinks deeper into comfort, imagine your breath as the gentle wind, your thoughts as the leaves carried by it. You do not need to chase or control them. Simply watch, simply feel, simply let go. Notice how the world around you continues in its quiet rhythm, the moonlight softening the hills, the distant sound of water over stones, the whisper of leaves in the night. All is as it should be. Once, in a quiet village by the sea, a young girl named May worried constantly about the future. She feared storms, the tides, and the unknown. One evening, her grandmother took her to the shore, where the waves lapped softly against the sand. "See the ocean, May?" her grandmother asked. "It does not hold the water back, nor does it force the tide. It simply receives what comes, and gives back in its own time. Your life is like this sea. You may plan and hope, but ultimately, you must trust its rhythm. Let go, and let it flow." May watched the waves, noticing the rise and fall, the ebb and return. She felt a gentle surrender settle into her chest. A soft smile crossed her face, and with it, a deep sense of trust that she had never known before. So, dear listener, as you lie here now, feel yourself like May by the sea, like Kaito with his tea, like the bamboo in Rio's garden, and the clay in Hannah's hands. Let go of all that you have tried to control today, and allow yourself to drift with the gentle currents of life. Breathe deeply, and feel your body soften. Let your mind wander freely, without grasping, without fear. Notice the cool night air, the quiet rhythm of your heartbeat, the gentle sway of your thoughts, and release them all into the vast sky of awareness. In this stillness, you are safe. In this surrender, you are whole. Peace is not found by changing the world. It is discovered by accepting this moment exactly as it is. The wind blows, the river flows, the moon rises, and you, too, can simply be. As the night stretches on, the sky deepening into a rich, velvety blue, there was a small monastery perched atop a gentle hill, surrounded by rolling fields and ancient trees. The monks there rose with the sun, but also honored the quiet of the evening. One evening, an elder monk, named Sora, sat with a young novice on the edge of the hill, watching the stars appear one by one. The young novice's eyes were restless, full of questions and anxieties about life, about the people he loved, and the uncertainties that lay ahead. "Elder Sora," the novice whispered, "how can I let go of everything I fear, all the things I cannot control?" Sora did not answer immediately. Instead, he lifted a handful of dry autumn leaves from the ground and let them drift through his fingers. "See these leaves," he said softly. "They once clung tightly to the branches, refusing to fall. And yet, when the time comes, they release themselves. They do not fight the wind, nor do they resist the seasons. They fall, and in falling, they find freedom." The novice watched the leaves spiral downward, catching the pale starlight, and he realized that in his own grip on life, he had been resisting the natural flow. He had been holding on as if his strength alone could stop the changing seasons of the heart, the world, or time itself. And now, watching the leaves drift into the darkness, he felt a subtle, peaceful surrender rise within him. Later that night, Sora and the novice walked along a narrow path that wound through the monastery gardens. The moonlight reflected softly upon the wet stone, and the scent of pine mingled with the faint fragrance of night-blooming flowers. "Everything in life," Sora said quietly, "is in motion. Nothing stays the same, nothing can be captured forever. Even this moonlight that seems steady will soon fade with the morning. To resist is to suffer. To let go is to embrace the vastness of life as it is, moment by moment." As they walked, the novice felt the words sink gently into his being, like water absorbed by thirsty earth. The worries that had burdened him all day now seemed lighter, as if a soft wind had lifted them from his shoulders. He realized that letting go did not mean abandoning care, but simply trusting the unfolding of life, like the river trusting the path carved through the mountains. In a quiet village surrounded by misty rice paddies, an elderly farmer named Takumi faced a season of unseasonable rains. His crops, usually strong and yielding, now struggled under the weight of waterlogged fields. He fretted over what he could do to save them, trying every solution, every method he could think of, but the rain continued. One evening, Takumi's granddaughter, a small child with bright, curious eyes, came to him. "Grandfather," she said softly, "why do you worry so?" Takumi sighed, his heart heavy. "I do not know how to make the rain stop, child. I fear for our food, for the village, for all that depends on these fields." The little girl picked up a handful of muddy water and let it slip through her fingers. "See, the water does not stay, and yet it nourishes the earth. We cannot hold it. We can only let it flow." Takumi watched the water trickle through her small fingers and felt a sudden, quiet clarity. The rain could not be controlled, yet it could be accepted. In the act of letting go, he found space for gratitude and trust. The crops would grow as they were meant to, the village would endure, and he could face each day with an open heart, free from the tight grasp of worry. And so, as your body sinks deeper into the gentle support of your bed, imagine yourself in Takumi's fields, letting the rain fall, letting the wind blow, letting the world move without resistance. Feel the subtle rhythm of your breath, like the gentle waves along the shore, rising and falling, ebbing and returning. With every exhale, release what you cannot hold. With every inhale, draw in the calm presence of life itself, steady, patient, unwavering. There is another story, whispered among the bamboo groves of a distant mountain. A wandering teacher named Renji arrived at a village where the people were anxious about the harvest, about the weather, about the shifting fortunes of life. He spent days observing the villagers, noticing the tension in their hands, the tightness in their shoulders, the furrowed lines of worry etched upon their faces. One afternoon, Renji gathered the villagers by a quiet stream. The water moved steadily over smooth stones, each ripple catching the sun. "See the stream," he said gently. "It carries leaves, twigs, and stones along its path. It does not try to hold them, nor does it demand they move in a particular way. It flows. When we insist on control, we create resistance, friction, and suffering. When we release our grip, we find harmony, like this water finding its course." A villager asked, "But what of the storms, the droughts, the misfortunes that come without warning?" Renji smiled softly. "The stream faces them, too. It may rise, it may fall, it may change course, but it continues to flow. So too can we. In surrender, we are not weak, we are adaptable. In letting go, we discover a resilience born not of force, but of openness." As you hear these words, imagine your mind like that stream, carrying thoughts and feelings gently downstream. You do not need to chase them, nor do you need to stop them. Let them float, let them move, and let them settle. Feel the peace that comes from trusting the current of life, the serenity of knowing that all things pass, all things change, and yet the flow continues. Even the night itself, with its stillness and shadows, invites us to practice letting go. The moon drifts slowly across the sky, unhurried, untroubled. The stars shimmer and fade, each in its own time. And you, here in this moment, can release all tension, all striving, all expectation. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw relax, your heart ease. Let your breath be a gentle companion, rising and falling like the tide, carrying you deeper into rest. Remember, dear listener, that peace is not found by changing the world, it is discovered by accepting this moment exactly as it is. The wind continues to blow, the river continues to flow, the night sky continues to turn, and you, too, can simply be. In the surrender of thought, in the release of control, in the gentle opening of awareness, you discover a calm that carries you through the night, and into the quiet embrace of deep sleep. As the night deepens, imagine a valley blanketed in mist, the mountains standing quietly like old guardians watching over the world. In this valley lived a quiet monk named Hoshin, who spent his days tending a small grove of plum trees. Hoshin's heart was gentle, but even he struggled sometimes with the urge to control the seasons, to make the blossoms appear when he wished, to keep the fruit perfect and untouched. One spring morning, a young villager came to Hoshin, carrying a basket of wilted flowers and bowed with worry. "Master Hoshin," she said softly, "I tried to care for these blossoms, yet they have withered before their time. What did I do wrong?" Hoshin led her to the grove, where the plum trees stood quietly, some in full bloom, some already shedding petals. "See the blossoms?" he asked. "Some bloom early, some bloom late. Some fall before they reach their peak. None can be forced. The trees do not ask why the wind scatters their petals. They do not cling to the blossoms, nor do they try to hold back the seasons. And yet, each tree is perfect in its own way, every flower is beautiful for its time. Life moves in this rhythm. To let go is not to abandon care, it is to honor the natural flow." The young villager inhaled the delicate fragrance of the plum blossoms, feeling a quiet release in her chest. She realized that by grasping too tightly, she had only caused suffering for herself. The world did not need her control, only her gentle presence, her acceptance, and her open heart. In a distant coastal town, where the waves whispered to the cliffs and the wind sang through the tall grass, a fisherman named Daichi wrestled with worry each morning. His nets were sometimes empty, sometimes full, and he felt a constant tension in trying to predict the whims of the sea. One evening, an elderly traveler arrived at the shore and watched him struggle. "Why do you fight the water?" the traveler asked. Daichi frowned. "If I do not act, how will I provide for my family? How will I survive?" The traveler gestured toward the horizon, where the setting sun painted the sky in quiet shades of amber and violet. "The sea moves as it must," he said. "You may cast your nets, you may row your boat, but the waves will rise and fall in their own time. If you cling to control, you will exhaust yourself. If you let go, and simply move with the tide, you will find not only your sustenance, but your peace." That night, Daichi sat on the shore, feeling the gentle pulse of the ocean beneath the moonlight. With each wave that touched the sand, he imagined his worries dissolving, carried out to sea, leaving only calm in their wake. He understood, in that quiet hour, that surrender did not mean helplessness, it meant living in harmony with life's ebb and flow. As you lie now, listening to these words, allow your body to sink deeper into comfort. Feel your muscles softening, the gentle pull of gravity supporting you fully. Imagine the soft sway of waves along the shore, the rise and fall of the tide echoing the rhythm of your own breath. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases tension. You do not need to hold anything tightly. You do not need to force the night, or tomorrow, or any part of life. Simply breathe, simply feel, simply be. In another quiet village, tucked between hills and a meandering river, lived a humble tea master named Kiko. Every morning, she prepared tea for the villagers, pouring with deliberate care, attending to every movement as if it were a dance. One day, a young boy approached her, curious and eager. "Why do you spend so much time on each cup of tea?" he asked. "Would it not be faster to hurry and finish?" Kiko smiled, holding the cup gently. "The tea has its own rhythm, just as life does. If I rush it, if I try to force the warmth or flavor, the tea is spoiled. But if I follow its flow, I find something more than tea. I find the present moment, complete and perfect as it is. To let go is to honor what is, rather than clinging to what we want it to be." The boy watched the tea steam rise in graceful spirals, feeling the quiet patience of the master. He began to understand that life, like the tea, was not meant to be grasped or controlled, only savored and respected in its own unfolding. Let your mind now become like Kiko's tea, gentle and warm, flowing in its own rhythm. Let go of the need to control your thoughts, the need to plan the night, the need to predict tomorrow. Allow the present moment to hold you softly, without demand or expectation. Feel the calm rise like the fragrance of tea, filling every corner of your awareness, and settling into your heart. In the mountains beyond, there was a small temple where a monk named Jiro meditated beneath a great cedar tree. Travelers often came to him with questions, each seeking certainty in a world that seemed ever-shifting. One evening, a weary traveler asked, "Master Jiro, how do I face a life that is always changing, always uncertain?" Jiro looked up at the cedar, its branches swaying lightly in the evening breeze. "Do you see the tree?" he said. "It does not resist the wind. Its roots are deep, its trunk strong, yet it moves when the breeze passes. Change is like the wind. To fight it is to create suffering. To move with it is to find peace. Let go, and you will discover that even amid uncertainty, you are grounded, supported, and free. The traveler closed his eyes, feeling the wind brush past his face, imagining himself as the tree, rooted yet flexible, embracing the flow of life rather than resisting it. In that moment, he felt a quiet trust grow, a soft surrender to the rhythm of existence, and the first gentle notes of inner peace. As you drift further now, imagine yourself as that cedar tree. Feel the roots of your body reaching deeply into the earth, stable and strong. Feel the branches of your mind and heart moving gently with the wind of thought, but never breaking, always resilient. Let the flow of life move around you, through you, without struggle, without fear. Each breath is a soft wave, carrying you deeper into the quiet, into the gentle surrender of sleep. The night stretches on, and the world outside your window continues in its quiet, gentle rhythm. Moonlight softens the hills, shadows of trees move with the breeze, and the distant sound of water murmurs like a lullaby. Allow yourself to release all thought, all worry, all effort. Simply rest in the awareness of this moment. You do not need to change anything. You do not need to hold anything. You are safe, you are whole, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Peace is found not in controlling the world, but in surrendering to it. The river flows, the wind whispers, the stars shine and fade, and you can simply be. Let go. Let go. Let go. As the night grows deeper, imagine a quiet forest where the trees stand tall, their leaves whispering softly with each passing breeze. The moonlight filters gently through the canopy, casting silver patterns on the forest floor. In this forest, there lived a small, humble hermit named Eiko, who spent his days wandering the paths, observing the subtle dance of life around him, the rustle of a squirrel in the underbrush, the slow drift of clouds overhead, the soft murmur of a distant stream. One evening, a traveler arrived, burdened by worry, his steps hurried, his eyes darting anxiously in every direction. "Hermit Eiko," he said, his voice tense. "I cannot find peace. Everywhere I go, I feel out of control, as if the world is slipping through my fingers." Eiko led him to a quiet glade, where a small pond reflected the stars above. He knelt beside it and whispered, "Do you see the water?" He dipped a hand into the pond, causing ripples to spread outward. "If you grasp it, it slips. If you chase it, it moves away. But if you simply watch, simply allow, it reveals its depth, its beauty, its stillness." The traveler knelt beside him, letting his fingers touch the cool, still water. And as he did, he realized that his attempts to hold on to life, to control every outcome, had created the very tension he carried. By simply letting go, by trusting in the gentle flow of existence, he felt a quiet peace begin to settle in him, as if the forest itself were breathing calm into his chest. Further along, in a village tucked between gentle hills, lived a potter named Suki, who worked with the earth every day. She shaped clay with patient hands, feeling its pliancy, its resistance, its quiet insistence on its own form. One morning, a young apprentice approached her, frustrated and tense. "Why does the clay resist me?" the apprentice asked. "No matter how carefully I work, it does not bend to my will." Suki smiled softly, her hands still on the spinning wheel. "The clay is not yours to command," she said. "It has its own nature, its own path. If you fight it, you only create cracks and frustration. If you move with it, listen to it, honor it, it will yield in its own time. Letting go is not failure, it is understanding the harmony between you and the world." The apprentice took a deep breath, relaxing his fingers, allowing the clay to speak through him rather than to him. And in that quiet surrender, a perfect bowl began to take shape. He felt, for the first time, the gentle ease of working with life rather than against it, a peace that came not from control, but from trust. Now, as your body grows heavier, sinking into your bed, imagine yourself as that clay, soft and yielding, allowing life's currents to move through you. Feel each breath as a gentle wave, each exhale carrying tension away, each inhale filling you with calm. There is nothing you must do, nowhere you must go. Simply rest. Simply be. In the mountains, where clouds drift slowly past the peaks, a wandering monk named Masato once met a child sitting alone by a small stream. The child was trying to dam the water with stones, attempting to stop its flow entirely. "Why do you try to hold back the stream?" Masato asked. The child looked up, eyes wide. "I want it to stay here, so I can play. I want it to obey me." Masato knelt beside him and let a small pebble fall into the water. "See how the stream flows around it, gently, without struggle? Life is like this stream. It will move. It will change. You may guide it, you may play with it, but you cannot hold it forever. If you cling too tightly, you only create tension. If you release, the stream carries you, and you find joy in its movement." The child laughed as the water swirled past, learning for the first time the pleasure of surrender, the delight of allowing life to move naturally. And in that simple lesson, Masato too felt the quiet reminder: all of existence flows, and all we must do is let go and flow with it. As you imagine this scene, let your thoughts drift like that playful stream. You do not need to hold them, chase them, or fix them. Let them pass gently, carried along by the current of your breath. Notice the soft rise and fall of your chest, the slow, steady rhythm of your heartbeat, the gentle pull of the mattress beneath you. Let every part of your body surrender into the quiet night. In a village by the sea, where gulls cried softly and the tide kissed the sand, an old fisherman named Haruto taught his grandson to cast nets. The boy struggled, trying to control the ropes, the weight of the nets, the pull of the fish. Frustrated, he asked, "Grandfather, why is it so hard? Why can't I make it work perfectly?" Haruto smiled, his hands rough but steady. "The sea cannot be forced," he said. "You may row, you may cast, but the waves follow their own rhythm. If you fight them, you exhaust yourself. If you move with them, you will find success, and more importantly, you will find peace." That evening, as the sun sank low into the horizon, painting the sky with gentle hues of pink and gold, the boy relaxed his grip. The nets flowed with the water. The fish were caught with ease, and he felt a profound calm settle over him. He understood, in that quiet moment, that surrender was not weakness, but wisdom. Now, let yourself become like the boy by the sea. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath like the ebb and flow of the tide. Let your mind soften, your thoughts drift away, your muscles release all tension. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to hold. You are cradled by this moment, safe, whole, and at peace. Even the night sky, vast and infinite, reminds us of this truth. The stars shine and fade, the moon waxes and wanes, clouds drift slowly across the heavens. Life moves in a quiet rhythm that cannot be forced, cannot be contained. And you, here in this stillness, can surrender fully, trusting in the flow, trusting in the present, trusting in yourself. Let go of all worry. Let go of all striving. Let go of all expectation. Feel the soft release of every muscle, the gentle ease in every breath. Imagine yourself as a leaf, drifting softly on a stream. The water carries you, the wind nudges you, the sky watches silently. You do not need to fight, you do not need to plan, you do not need to hold. You simply flow. You simply are. Peace is not found by changing the world. It is discovered by accepting this moment exactly as it is. The river flows, the wind whispers, the night deepens, and you, too, can simply be. Let go. Drift. Rest. As the night stretches into its quiet depths, imagine a vast meadow, where moonlight spills like silver across the grass, softening each blade into gentle curves. In this meadow, a lone traveler named Akira walked slowly, his footsteps barely disturbing the earth beneath him. The air was cool, scented faintly with wildflowers and dew. He carried a heavy pack, filled not only with belongings, but with worry, regret, and endless thoughts of what might come next. Eventually, he came to a small, bubbling brook, its water glinting in the moonlight. Exhausted, he sat beside it, dipping his hands into the cool current. He closed his eyes, listening to the soft burble of water over stones. And in that quiet, a subtle realization arose. The brook did not try to control the stones, the plants, or the fallen leaves. It flowed around them, over them, through them, carrying everything without judgment, without force. Akira let out a deep sigh, and in that sigh, he felt the weight of his burdens begin to ease. Perhaps he did not need to know the future. Perhaps he did not need to grasp, to push, to struggle. Perhaps he could simply be, like the brook, flowing gently with life's natural rhythm. And so, he leaned back against the soft earth, allowing the cool night to cradle him, allowing the gentle sounds of the meadow to wash over him, and for the first time in a long while, he felt the tender peace of surrender. Further away, in a small village perched on a hill, a wise teacher named Now tended to her small garden. The wind rustled through the leaves of her cherry trees, scattering petals across the mossy ground. A young girl approached, her hands full of weeds she had pulled hastily from the garden. "Teacher Now," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "I tried to fix everything. I wanted the garden to be perfect. But it is still messy, and I feel frustrated." Now knelt beside her and let a gentle hand brush away the petals. "Do you see the garden?" she said softly. "It has its own rhythm. Some plants grow quickly, some slowly. Some flowers bloom early, others late. We cannot make it perfect, and we cannot control it entirely. But we can be present. We can care, we can observe, we can allow. This is the art of letting go." The girl looked around at the softly glowing garden, feeling the cool breeze and the gentle rustle of leaves. Slowly, her tension eased. She understood that trying to force perfection only created struggle, but releasing the need to control allowed her to notice the quiet beauty already present. And in that understanding, she felt a deep, gentle joy bloom within her heart. Now, as you lie in your own space, imagine yourself as part of that garden. Feel the breath of wind across your skin, the soft weight of the earth beneath you, the quiet movement of life all around. Let each inhale bring calm. Let each exhale release tension. Let go of striving. Let go of worry. Let go of the need to hold the world in your hands. You are safe. You are present. You are exactly where you are meant to be. In a mountain valley where the clouds hung low and soft, a monk named Hiroshi spent his days meditating beside a quiet waterfall. Travelers often came to him, searching for answers, for certainty, for control. One evening, a young man arrived, anxious and hurried. "Master Hiroshi," he said, "life seems chaotic and unpredictable. I cannot keep up. How can I find peace?" Hiroshi gestured to the waterfall, where water tumbled endlessly over the rocks, mist rising into the evening air. "Do you see the water?" he asked. "It falls freely, shaping itself around every stone. It does not resist, it does not cling. Yet it is never stopped. It is patient, resilient, and alive. Life, too, moves like this water. When we stop resisting, when we let go, we discover a strength and peace deeper than any attempt to control." The young man closed his eyes and listened to the falling water. A deep stillness began to settle over him. He realized that in surrendering, he was not giving up. He was finding the current that could carry him forward without struggle. As your body grows heavier and more relaxed, feel yourself as that waterfall, flowing freely, moving without resistance. Let your thoughts tumble and drift like water over stones. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath, the soft pulse of life within you, the quiet movement of the world outside your window. You are held, you are supported, you are free. In a quiet village by the forest, an elder named Mei Lin taught children to watch the changing seasons. One crisp autumn morning, she gathered them under a towering maple tree, its leaves painted in fiery shades of red and gold. "See how the leaves change," Mei Lin said softly. "Some fall early, some cling a little longer. None can stay forever. Life is like this. We cannot hold the moments, we cannot hold people, we cannot hold the days. The art of letting go is to notice, to appreciate, and then to release with love and gratitude." The children watched the leaves drift down gently, catching the wind, swirling, and landing softly on the ground. A quiet awe settled in their hearts, a realization that beauty and impermanence coexist, and that surrender does not diminish life, but honors it. Now, imagine yourself as one of those leaves, floating gently through the cool night air. You are free. You are light. You are carried by the current of life, drifting effortlessly, held in the vast, gentle embrace of existence. Each breath lifts you higher, each exhale softens your journey, and with every passing moment, you sink deeper into calm. Even the night sky, stretching endlessly above, offers its own wisdom. Stars shimmer and fade, clouds move across the moon, and the vast silence holds everything effortlessly. In this infinite quiet, you can release all that weighs upon you. Let go of every worry, every plan, every expectation. You do not need to fight, you do not need to control. You only need to breathe, to feel, to rest. Peace is not found in changing the world. It is discovered in the quiet surrender of this very moment. The river flows, the wind whispers, the trees sway, the waves ebb and return, and you, too, can simply be. Let go. Drift. Sink into the gentle night. Allow sleep to carry you, and allow your heart to rest in the deep, soothing rhythm of life itself. As the night deepens, imagine yourself floating above a quiet, silver-lit landscape. Hills roll gently beneath a soft haze, rivers glimmer faintly as they wind toward distant horizons, and the air is still, perfumed with the quiet scent of earth and pine. You feel weightless, as if carried by an invisible current, moving slowly, smoothly, without effort. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to hold. You simply float, cradled by the gentle rhythm of the night. Long ago, in a village where the mountains met the sky, there lived a monk named Taiki. He spent his days observing the impermanence of all things, the blossoms that bloomed and fell, the clouds that drifted across the sun, the streams that rose and fell with the seasons. One evening, a traveler came to him, troubled by the loss of a friend. "Master Taiki," the traveler said softly, "how can I let go when I feel such sadness?" Taiki led him to a quiet pond, where the surface mirrored the moon. "See the reflection?" he asked. The moon appears, then clouds pass, and the surface ripples. The image changes, yet the water remains. Life is like this. Loss, change, and impermanence are inevitable. If you cling, you suffer. If you release, you honor what has been and open yourself to what is yet to come. The traveler knelt beside the pond, gazing at the shifting reflection. Slowly, he felt the tightness in his chest ease. He understood that letting go did not erase love, nor diminish memory, but allowed the heart to expand, embracing the flow of life with gentle acceptance. Further away, in a quiet forest, a young deer watched the wind stir the branches. Leaves drifted slowly to the ground. The deer wanted to catch each one, to hold them tightly, but the wind carried them beyond reach. Then it paused and simply stood, feeling the movement of air, the rhythm of life around it. In the stillness, it found peace. Like the deer, you can release the need to hold every thought, every worry, every fleeting image that drifts through your mind. Let them pass. Notice them, but do not grasp. Allow your awareness to float effortlessly, like a leaf on a stream, carried by the current of breath, of night, of being. In another time, on a cliff overlooking the endless sea, a monk named Kenji meditated as the waves below rose and fell. A student approached, anxious about the future. "Master," the student asked, "how can I stop my mind from racing, from fearing what may come?" Kenji gestured to the ocean. "Do you see the waves? They do not resist the wind. They rise and fall naturally. You cannot control the tide, nor should you try. Observe the rhythm, move with it, and you will find peace. To let go is to trust that life's current can support you, even through uncertainty." The student sat silently, letting the sound of the waves wash over him. Slowly, a profound calm entered his mind, as if the ocean itself had spoken to his heart. He realized that surrender is not passivity, it is a deep engagement with life, guided by trust and presence rather than force. Now, imagine yourself as the sea, vast and steady, carrying every thought, every feeling, every fleeting sensation with grace. You do not resist. You do not cling. You simply move with the gentle rhythm of your own being. Each breath is a wave, each exhale a release, each moment a soft unfolding into the next. In a quiet temple hidden in the mountains, an old monk named Shunji spent his days simply sitting. Travelers often came, seeking answers, expecting lessons. But Shunji taught nothing with words. He simply breathed, moved slowly, and observed. One visitor asked, "Master, how do I find peace?" Shunji smiled. He gestured to the mountain peaks, the drifting clouds, the distant rivers. "Peace is here," he said. "Not in control, not in understanding, not in fixing. Peace is in the letting go. It is in the acceptance of what is. Sit, breathe, watch, release." As you hear this, imagine yourself sitting beside Shunji, your body supported, your mind softening, your breath flowing freely. Let every muscle relax, every thought drift by, every expectation dissolve. You do not need to do anything. You are safe. You are whole. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Above you, the night sky stretches endlessly, deep and serene. Stars shimmer faintly, some bright, some dim, some fading completely. Clouds drift slowly across the moon, casting shifting shadows over the quiet land. You feel your body sinking deeper, your mind quieting, your heart softening. You are cradled in the gentle rhythm of life. Imagine now that your awareness drifts like a feather on a gentle breeze, moving softly, effortlessly. Each breath carries you further into rest. Each exhale releases every last trace of tension. The world continues its quiet motion. The river flows, the wind whispers, the trees sway, and you flow with it, surrendered and serene. Let go of all striving, all grasping, all expectation. Let go of the day, of tomorrow, of all that passes through the mind. You do not need to hold. You do not need to chase. You are free to simply drift, to simply breathe, to simply be. In this quiet surrender, the deepest peace emerges. The heart opens softly, the mind settles like still water, the body melts into its support. You are carried gently, supported by the rhythm of the universe, embraced by the quiet, eternal presence of life itself. Remember, dear listener, peace is not found by changing the world, it is discovered by accepting this moment exactly as it is. The river flows, the wind whispers, the moon drifts, the stars shimmer and fade, and you, too, can simply be. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. Sleep now, cradled in the gentle, infinite flow of life, soft, safe, and completely at peace. The night stretches infinitely, calm and deep. Imagine yourself lying beneath a sky so vast, so gentle, that the stars themselves seem to breathe with you. Each twinkle is a quiet heartbeat of the universe, each soft glimmer a reminder that all things move, shift, and exist in their own time. The cool air brushes against your skin like a whisper, carrying the faint scent of pine, earth, and distant blossoms. You feel weightless, cradled by the soft embrace of night, as if the entire world were holding you tenderly in its hands. In a quiet mountain valley long ago, there lived a monk named Rin. Rin spent his days walking along the ridges, listening to the wind weave through the pines, observing the clouds drift across the peaks, and feeling the earth beneath his feet. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the mountains, a traveler arrived, heavy with doubt and fear. "Master Rin," the traveler said, "I am afraid of what tomorrow will bring. I cannot control the days ahead." Rin led him to a small cliff overlooking the valley. The wind blew softly, and the river below shimmered in the evening light. "Do you see the valley?" Rin asked. "The river does not try to command the stones. The trees do not resist the wind. The clouds do not cling to one shape. All moves in its own rhythm. Life is the same. You cannot control it, nor should you try. If you release your hold, you will discover that the river, the wind, the clouds, they all carry you, even without effort." The traveler closed his eyes, letting the gentle wind brush past his face. For the first time in many days, his heart felt light. He realized that surrender is not weakness. Surrender is trust, openness, and freedom. He exhaled slowly, letting all tension flow out, and felt a deep stillness settle into his chest. Now, as you lie in your own space, imagine yourself flowing like that river, drifting like the clouds, swaying like the trees in Rin's valley. Your thoughts are soft leaves carried on a gentle current, your breath a slow, steady tide. You do not need to hold on to anything. You do not need to grasp. You do not need to fight. You only need to let the rhythm of life carry you, and in this rhythm, find perfect peace. Far across the mountains, a small village rested in the moonlight. Lanterns glowed faintly, reflecting on quiet streams and stone paths. In this village, an elderly potter named Yuki sat at her wheel, hands steady, shaping clay with infinite patience. A child approached, holding a lump of clay, frustrated by its softness and unpredictability. "Teacher Yuki," the child said, "I cannot make it do what I want. It slips, it bends, it refuses my hands." Yuki smiled, lifting the child's hands gently. "The clay has its own nature," she said softly. "You may guide it, but you cannot force it. If you let go of your need to control, you will find that it will reveal its form naturally, beautifully. So too with life. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means seeing the world, and yourself, exactly as you are, and moving with it, not against it." The child relaxed, and the clay shaped itself under her gentle touch. She laughed softly, amazed at the simplicity and grace of the process. And in that laughter was a lesson the heart never forgets. When we release our grip, we discover harmony, freedom, and joy that cannot be forced. As you sink deeper into comfort, imagine your body like the clay, soft and yielding, supported fully by your bed, your breath flowing naturally, your mind like a quiet pond. Thoughts may drift across the surface like gentle ripples, but there is no need to chase them. They pass. You pass. You are held in the vastness of presence, soft and safe. In the far reaches of a quiet forest, a monk named Saito watched the changing seasons. Snow fell softly on pine branches, then melted into the earth, nourishing hidden seeds. Flowers bloomed, then faded. Birds sang, then left. One evening, a young traveler asked him, "Master Saito, how can I accept change when it frightens me?" Saito picked up a handful of snow and let it melt slowly in his palm. "See how it changes," he said. "It cannot resist. It cannot remain. And yet, in each stage, ice, water, warmth, it is complete. Life is like this snow. Each moment is perfect in its impermanence. To hold it tightly is to create suffering. To let go is to find freedom, joy, and peace." The traveler watched the snow disappear into his palm, a quiet smile on his face. Slowly, he exhaled, feeling the fear within him melt like ice. He understood at last that letting go is the art of embracing life exactly as it comes, without grasping, without resisting, and with a gentle heart. Now, imagine yourself like that snow, soft, transient, and beautiful. Feel the gentle warmth of your bed, the slow rhythm of your breath, the weight of your body melting into the night. Each inhale brings calm, each exhale releases tension. You are free to drift, free to surrender, free to rest. The stars overhead shimmer faintly, the moon moves slowly across the sky, and the soft murmur of the night world cradles you like a lullaby. Imagine that your awareness drifts like a feather on a gentle breeze, carried effortlessly, lightly, without effort or concern. Your mind softens, your body melts, your heart opens, and the quiet of the night carries you into deep, restorative sleep. Peace is not found by changing the world. Peace is discovered in the gentle surrender of this very moment. The river flows. The wind whispers. The clouds drift. And you, too, can simply be. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. Sleep now, cradled in the infinite calm of life itself, soft, safe, and at perfect peace. As the night deepens, imagine a vast ocean of darkness, soft and infinite, stretching in every direction. Above, the stars shimmer faintly, like tiny sparks of consciousness in the quiet vastness. You feel weightless, floating freely, supported completely by the gentle presence of the night. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing you must do. You do not need to think, to plan, to hold, or to grasp. You only need to breathe, slowly, softly, naturally. Long ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by mountains, a monk named Haku would rise before dawn and sit beneath a great cedar tree. Travelers came to him with restless minds, heavy hearts, and unrelenting worries. One evening, a weary traveler asked, "Master Haku, How can I find peace when the world is so unpredictable, when my mind will not stop? Haku gestured to the forest, where the trees swayed gently with the breeze and the clouds drifted across the sky. See the trees, he said softly. They do not fight the wind. See the clouds, they do not resist the sky. All moves as it must. You, too, can move with the flow. Peace is found not in resistance, but in surrender. Let go of your grip. Allow life to carry you, and in that, you will find rest. The traveler closed his eyes, feeling the rhythm of the forest, the soft rise and fall of his breath, the subtle pulse of life all around. Slowly, a quiet stillness settled in him. His worries softened, his tension melted, and he felt himself carried, gently, like leaves on a stream, into the calm of being. Now, imagine yourself in that forest. Your body rests completely. Your muscles are soft. Your mind is like a calm pond, still on the surface, reflecting the infinite sky. Thoughts drift by like clouds, acknowledge them, and then let them float away. Each breath carries you deeper into ease, deeper into surrender. You do not need to hold anything. You do not need to control anything. You only need to flow, to be carried, to rest. In another quiet valley, a teacher named Aiko watched the sunset paint the mountains in gold and rose. She held a cup of warm tea and invited a young student to sit beside her. "Why do I feel so restless, teacher?" asked the student. "Because you are holding too tightly," Aiko replied. "Your mind clings to yesterday, worries about tomorrow, and resists this very moment. Life is always changing, like the colors of the sky. If you hold tightly, you will suffer. If you release, if you simply watch, breathe, and be present, you will find peace deeper than any thought or plan." The student watched the sky and breathed deeply, feeling the warmth of the tea, the soft light on their skin, the gentle rhythm of life around them. Slowly, a profound calm spread through the body, a quiet surrender that needed no effort, no force, no expectation. And now, imagine yourself as that student, seated on the hillside, sipping warmth, watching the colors of the sky, and allowing your mind and body to dissolve gently into stillness. You are supported. You are safe. You are free. Even the smallest things, each leaf drifting to the ground, each ripple in a quiet pond, each breath you take, remind you of impermanence, of flow, of letting go. All things arise and pass. All thoughts appear and fade. You do not need to cling to them. You do not need to resist them. You only need to rest in the gentle awareness that carries everything effortlessly, like a river carries water, like the wind moves through the trees, like night enfolds the world. Your breath is now soft, slow, and steady. Your body feels heavier, sinking into comfort. Your mind drifts like mist over a still valley, dissolving into the vastness of awareness. No effort is needed. No control is required. You are cradled by existence itself, embraced by the quiet, infinite rhythm of life. Peace is not found in changing the world. Peace is discovered in accepting this moment exactly as it is. The moon drifts across the sky. Stars shimmer and fade. Rivers flow. Winds whisper. And you, too, can simply be. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. Sleep now. Imagine your consciousness softening further, dissolving gently into stillness. Thoughts dissolve like clouds at dawn. Sensations drift away. Only the soft, steady rhythm of breath remains, and the infinite calm that carries you deeper into sleep. You are floating, weightless, safe, and held. Every part of your being surrenders. Every part rests. And now, dear listener, you are drifting deeper and deeper. The stories, the images, the gentle lessons, they all dissolve into the quiet flow of being. There is nothing left to do. Nothing left to grasp. Only this soft, infinite presence, holding you, cradling you, carrying you into complete, restorative sleep. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. The night embraces you. The world is still. And you, perfectly, completely, softly, simply, are. As the night stretches onward, imagine yourself floating above a vast landscape bathed in moonlight. Hills roll gently beneath you, rivers glimmer faintly as they wind toward distant horizons, and the air is cool, soft, and scented with pine and earth. You feel weightless, completely supported, as if the world itself is holding you in a gentle embrace. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing you must do. You do not need to think, to plan, to hold, or to grasp. You only need to breathe, slowly, softly, naturally. Long ago, in a quiet mountain valley, a monk named Ryur wandered the ridges, listening to the wind weaving through the pines, observing the clouds drifting across the sky, and feeling the earth beneath his feet. One evening, a weary traveler arrived, burdened with doubt and fear. "Master Ryu," the traveler said softly, "I am afraid of what tomorrow will bring. I cannot control the days ahead." Ryu gestured toward the forest, where the trees swayed gently with the breeze and the clouds moved slowly overhead. "See the trees," he said. "They do not fight the wind. See the clouds, they do not resist the sky. Life is the same. You cannot control it, nor should you try. If you release your hold, you will discover that the wind, the trees, the clouds, they all carry you, even without effort." The traveler closed his eyes, feeling the rhythm of the forest, the rise and fall of his breath, the subtle pulse of life all around. Slowly, a quiet stillness settled in him. His worries softened, his tension melted, and he felt himself carried like leaves on a gentle stream into the calm of being. Now, imagine yourself in that forest. Your body rests completely. Your muscles are soft. Your mind is like a calm pond, still on the surface, reflecting the infinite sky. Thoughts drift by like clouds, acknowledge them, and then let them float away. Each breath carries you deeper into ease, deeper into surrender. You do not need to hold anything. You do not need to control anything. You only need to flow, to be carried, to rest. In a distant valley, a teacher named Ayam watched the sunset paint the mountains in soft gold and rose. She held a cup of warm tea and invited a young student to sit beside her. "Why do I feel so restless, teacher?" asked the student. "Because you are holding too tightly," Ayam replied. "Your mind clings to yesterday, worries about tomorrow, resists this very moment. Life is always changing, like the colors of the sky. If you hold tightly, you will suffer. If you release, if you simply watch, breathe, and be present, you will find peace deeper than any thought or plan." The student watched the sky and breathed deeply, feeling the warmth of the tea, the soft light on their skin, the gentle rhythm of life around them. Slowly, a profound calm spread through the body, a quiet surrender that needed no effort, no force, no expectation. Now, imagine yourself as that student, seated on the hillside, sipping warmth, watching the colors of the sky, and allowing your mind and body to dissolve gently into stillness. You are supported. You are safe. You are free. Even the smallest things, the leaves drifting to the ground, ripples across a quiet pond, each breath you take, remind you of impermanence, of flow, of letting go. All things arise and pass. All thoughts appear and fade. You do not need to cling to them. You do not need to resist them. You only need to rest in the gentle awareness that carries everything effortlessly, like a river carries water, like the wind moves through the trees, like night enfolds the world. Your breath is now soft, slow, and steady. Your body feels heavier, sinking deeper into comfort. Your mind drifts like mist over a still valley, dissolving into the vastness of awareness. No effort is needed. No control is required. You are cradled by existence itself, embraced by the quiet, infinite rhythm of life. The stars shimmer faintly, the moon moves slowly across the sky, and the soft murmur of the night world cradles you like a lullaby. Imagine that your awareness drifts like a feather on a gentle breeze, carried effortlessly, lightly, without effort or concern. Your mind softens, your body melts, your heart opens, and the quiet of the night carries you deeper and deeper into restorative sleep. Picture now a forest glade, a gentle stream reflecting the moonlight. A deer steps softly to the water, pausing, listening. You are that deer, moving lightly, aware of the night, completely at ease. The stream flows without effort, carrying every leaf and twig, every sound, every sensation. You are carried, too, by the same gentle flow. You do not need to chase. You do not need to control. You only need to float, to drift, to rest. Feel your awareness softening further, dissolving like mist into the infinite calm. Thoughts, worries, images, all dissolve effortlessly. Only the soft rhythm of breath remains, like gentle waves on a quiet shore. Each exhale releases the last trace of tension. Each inhale brings gentle presence, soft awareness, and effortless peace. Now, imagine yourself floating above mountains, valleys, rivers, and forests. You move slowly, weightless, carried by the currents of wind and night. The moon drifts across the sky. Clouds flow like soft silk. The rivers shimmer, bending naturally to the land. And you are part of this flow, moving without effort, held by the vast, gentle embrace of existence itself. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. Sleep now, cradled in the infinite calm of life, soft, safe, and perfectly at peace. The night deepens, soft and endless. Imagine yourself lying beneath a sky so vast it seems to hold the entire universe. Stars shimmer faintly, their light gentle and patient, like tiny lanterns guiding you into calm. The air around you is cool, soft, and scented faintly with pine and earth. You feel weightless, supported fully by the gentle presence of the night. There is nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Nothing to hold. You only need to breathe, slowly, softly, naturally. In a quiet valley long ago, a monk named Haru wandered the forest paths at twilight. He listened to the wind weaving through the trees, observed the clouds drifting across the sky, and felt the earth beneath his feet. One evening, a traveler came to him, restless and heavy with worry. "Master Haru," the traveler said softly, "I am afraid of what tomorrow will bring. I cannot control my path." Haru smiled gently and gestured to the forest. "See the trees," he said. "They do not resist the wind. See the clouds, they do not cling to one shape. Life moves like this. You cannot control it, nor should you try. To hold tightly is to suffer. To let go is to find peace. Trust the flow, and you will discover the gentle rhythm that carries all things, including you." The traveler closed his eyes, feeling the wind brush past his face, the rustle of leaves, the pulse of life all around him. Slowly, his chest softened. Slowly, his thoughts grew quiet. Slowly, a gentle calm carried him, like leaves drifting on a stream, into the stillness of being. Now, imagine yourself in that forest. Your body rests completely. Your muscles are soft. Your mind is like a pond, calm and reflective. Thoughts drift by like clouds. Notice them, then let them pass. Each breath carries you deeper into ease, deeper into surrender. You do not need to hold anything. You do not need to control anything. You only need to flow, to be carried, to rest. Across the mountains, a gentle river winds through a valley. The water flows freely over smooth stones, around mossy banks, and beneath fallen leaves. A small child watches the river, fascinated by its effortless motion. The child wants to hold a leaf, to keep it in their hand, but the water carries it away. The child laughs softly, learning that some things cannot be held, yet they can still be cherished in the moment of their presence. You are like that child, and you are like the river. Thoughts, sensations, memories, they drift past. You do not need to grasp them. You do not need to chase them. You only need to watch, to breathe, to flow gently with the rhythm of life. Every inhale brings calm, every exhale releases tension. Your body softens. Your mind softens. Your heart opens. In a quiet temple atop a hill, an elder named Sora teaches students the art of patience. One evening, he gathers them beneath a flowering plum tree. "Do you see the blossoms?" he asks softly. "Some bloom early, some late. Some fall before their peak. None can be forced. Life is the same. To struggle against it is to suffer. To release, to accept, to flow with the natural rhythm, that is where peace resides." The students watch the petals drift in the wind, their small faces calm and attentive. Slowly, the lesson settles in their hearts. Surrender is not failure, it is harmony. They breathe in the scent of blossoms, breathe out all tension, and feel the quiet joy of being exactly as they are, exactly in this moment. Now, imagine yourself as one of those petals, drifting gently on the breeze. You are weightless, carried effortlessly by the currents of life. You do not need to steer. You do not need to control. You do not need to arrive anywhere. You only need to float, to be held, to rest. The night stretches onward, soft and unending. Mountains, rivers, forests, and skies flow seamlessly together, each element moving with its own rhythm. And you, part of this vast, gentle movement, drift naturally, effortlessly, completely. The air around you hums with quiet life. The earth beneath you supports every inch of your being. The soft rhythm of your breath mirrors the ebb and flow of the world itself. Even your mind, every thought, every worry, every fleeting image, now drifts like mist dissolving in the morning sun. There is nothing to grasp, nothing to resist, nothing to hold. Only the soft, infinite calm that carries you deeper, deeper into restorative, uninterrupted sleep. Imagine the soft rustle of leaves, the gentle murmur of a stream, the slow rise and fall of a distant tide. Let these sounds mingle with the rhythm of your own breathing. Each inhale brings life, each exhale releases all tension. You are supported, safe, weightless, drifting, flowing, completely at peace. In this vast, infinite night, all stories, all parables, all images dissolve. Only presence remains, only stillness, only soft awareness. You are cradled in that stillness, held by the rhythm of life itself, flowing effortlessly, gently, endlessly. Let go. Drift. Sink. Rest. Sleep.